Welcome back, guys. Today we are going to be taking this truck right here 300 miles. I've done a few things since the last time you guys saw us, most noticeably wheels. Changed those, did a lot of things that you really probably don't want to watch me do because they're just kind of tedious. But yeah, we'll go around and I'll show you kind of some of the stuff we did. Mirror, got a new, this piece is still original, but this piece was gone, so we got that. Toppers on it. All the lights are working except the one for the temp gauge in the dash, which we have some temperature concerns, but we'll get to that later. I replaced a headlight. That one completely quit working. Yeah, basically every single bulb needed to be wiggled and cleaned up. Then that's what it took to make them work. We got gauges now for the most part. The key is a little bit finicky. Sometimes you gotta wiggle it to make the gauges work, but yeah, the fuel gauge works even though the wires look terrible. We got a dome light. Check that out. Showed you guys that in the last video, I think. Yeah, we're gonna see if this thing starts. Oh, I put new bushings for right there, because they were gone. There was nothing there, and you could move this tire back and forth. Probably not safe. The other side, when I took the nut off the end, it like spun, it like twisted like licorice, but I built it up with some weld, so that should be fine. Hopefully the wheel bearings all end up being good. I've driven this thing like 20 miles. Now we're going to try driving at 300. But anyway, I'm going to load up some ducks and we're going to hit the road. Fuel gauge is coming up. Oil gauge is coming up. So our gauges are working, otherwise I gotta wiggle the key. Alright, so here's the concerning thing about temperature. If you look down there, where you can see water's been leaking. Hard to show you. But basically, the thermostat wasn't working right, so we drilled some holes in it, and then when we put it back on, it got out of place, and then we tightened the housing down, it cracked it, and then we had to glue it back together, and we got a little thing there that sticks out into a groove that's holding the thing together, and it's got just a little bit of a leak, but it should be fine. So here's what we got in our survival kit. We got a radio, that's important. Lemonade, battery, dead jump box, some Harbor Freight tools, that's mostly complete. Then back here we got a bucket full of miscellaneous stuff, some gas, and some water. Very important that. And a jack and a tire. So we should be good. Holy shit, we just lost a wheel. Just stuck it on in the middle of the road. I found 3 of the lug nuts. So then I robbed one from the other side. So I really torqued him down. Holy crap. I only got like a couple miles down and the wheel already fell off. Yeah, it's like 5:15 in the morning, so hopefully that isn't an indicator for how this trip's gonna go. All right, we gotta hit the road. Gas station here. Yeah, I was just following Tanner, and all of a sudden this wheel decided to come off. This is unfortunate right here, but we should be able to. Yeah, we'll be able to fix that. Yeah, I'm gonna tighten them all quick, and then I'm gonna keep monitoring this situation.
Taters in front of us, plugging right along. The sun's starting to come up. I got 3 hours of sleep. Things are going good. It's getting lighter out. Got a classic rock station going. We got 4 gears and a radio, and the dimmer switch works. Well, Tanner missed the last corner, so he's back there. We passed him. This truck struggles with the hills a little bit, so I had to downshift to third, but doing all right. Just staying cool. Oil pressure, you know, sure. Might have to put some thicker oil in. Not doing bad on fuel. I've tried getting a time lapse going for you guys on the way home. I bought a new phone mount, and you don't like, you know, just grip onto the phone. It's got some stupid magnet thing, and that don't work very good. So I'll have to get some zip ties, some tape, tape it on. This is a really steep hill here. I'm in third. I'm plugging away. Everything's staying good. As long as you don't, as long as we keep the tires on, the wheel bearings hang in there, I'm hopeful. To the point where we can turn the lights off. Jeff Tanner's still back there. Plugging right along. Let's do about 75. Well, according to this speedometer, 75, but I think it's off a little bit. I think 75 is more like 65. But yeah, everything's staying good. Hopefully that continues. I pulled over here for a lug nut check. Fronts took some, back took a little. So our temp is coming up a little. I'm going to keep watching that. It might need some water added. Yeah, got about an hour and 15 minutes left, and we're there. To Casey's. Can't see a sign. There's a sign. It's doing good. The temp came back down. There's our parking brake. Yeah, now this is in the light. I don't think we screwed it up too bad. We just gotta bend her back out. Yeah, no big deal. Hopefully that's don't stick out too bad when we clear coat this truck and it actually looks black and not blue. How are you guys all doing? Well, you guys made a mess. Okay, but these guys didn't. Yep. We caught 41 last night, and then when I put that cage in this morning, door came open and I lost a few, but so we probably have like 35-ish. Hopefully we can pay for fuel. This is actually doing pretty good on fuel. Yeah, above half tank yet. I think we got a 13-gallon tank. So yeah, we might get home and have some fuel left. Unlike last time where it took 2 whole tanks of fuel pretty much, and we sold enough ducks to just pay for the fuel. at least in the rear of the engine. Hopefully it's just a valve cover or something. Yeah, we got 47 miles to go. Things are looking not too bad. Trying to find a parking spot. Oh, we made it. Found a parking spot right away. Got rid of a bunch of ducks. If you're wondering why there's a drum back here, I'll show you. This kind of got flattened, so we just deleted the drum. So basically we have no rear brakes. Also, that leaks all over the place. By that I mean that. Leaking fluid. But other than that, things are going fine.
Thanks.
I like what I'm seeing here. 90s bed.
Uh-oh, I'm looking.
I have a hell of a time eating egg. Thank you. Thank you.
I would have pitched a lot and I would have done it. How easy to go on with it.
Ah, flat. So I did some shopping around this place. And we're getting kind of ready to go. So we're going to add some 80/90 to the rear end. It's also got a little bit of this engine stop leak in it. Maybe it'll do nothing. But yeah, we gotta take that plug out, put that in, and that should be good to go. Got it filled. Didn't take a whole lot. Recycled some. That should be good to go. I added some oil to the engine. Now we're gonna see what kind of coolant situation is. So our oil's right on the money. This can't see the cores or nothing, so that should be good to go. I'll maybe throw just a couple splashes in just for fun. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I replaced one of our mouse chewed belts. This one looked kind of okay-ish, and it, you know, it made the whole trip. So it's pretty good. This is the original belt yet. I came with it. But the AC belt left the chat. Battery's trying to go places. That's pretty good. Yeah, anyway guys, I sold out completely all of my ducks, so we should at least be able to pay for the fuel to get down here. And then I got a hell of a deal. All those air compressor hoses, plus the air compressor, plus all the boxes of nails up there, 140 bucks. Oh, and nail guns. And then this, with 4 Mr. Beast money boxes, it's 40 bucks. I mean, this thing's awesome. Is it not? Anyway, we're gonna be going here pretty quick. Yeah, truck should be all ready to go. It's getting hot out. I think it's like 85, 90 degrees, so I'm a little bit worried about cooling. But I added a little bit. Hopefully we make her home all right. All right, yeah. We're rolling forward. Okay. Nothing to it. Oh, we put 6.5 gallons of gas in. I think that's set up to do a time lapse thing. Yeah, we're gonna hit the road. Quite a bit outside. It's cooling down, so we're doing all right. Well, we made it back home. And with the exception of a wheel falling off, which is fairly inconvenient, I think the truck did pretty good. We may have to swap out the oil at some point for something a little thicker, so we can maybe gain a little bit more oil pressure. I got some oil in the bag from the gal that I bought that electric grease gun from. I think I showed you guys that. Did I show you guys that? Anyway, I bought a electric grease gun from a truck driver, if I didn't tell you that. Another thing is, I'm not 100% certain how you're supposed to replace those bushings, but what I did, in case you're wondering, trying to figure out a way that works, I took a ratchet strap, pulled this ahead after I got the nut off, and then I had a jack kind of underneath it to hold it up, and then come along going that way to pull it that way so it doesn't get a bunch of tension up against the side there, because it wants to pull out when you put tension that way. And that worked really well. But originally I thought you could just take that piece off, those 3 bolts, but then they put a rivet right in there, so you couldn't do that. Otherwise it probably would have been fairly simple. But yeah, there's that. Also, I'm not 100% certain why this wheel fell off, because I just put it on. I know you're supposed to tighten them after, you know, a little bit, because they're aluminum rims, and aluminum rims do that. We're leaking gas out of the filler tank. Ignore that. But I thought, what? Aren't you supposed to like tighten them, like retighten them after like 150 miles or something? I think that's what I've been told. Anyway, I was just gonna tighten them once we got down there, instead of, you know, right away, because they had like 12 miles on them. But anyway, we'll have to kind of pull, where's my hand? Pull that out. Yeah. That needs to be straightened. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you'd like to see this Ford in the future, let us know. And also let us know what we should take down in the spring. We got an El Camino, kind of thinking about that, but there's also a couple F100s that my uncle has sitting in his pasture that would also be pretty cool to go in. Or that F250 that we got last week. Anyway, let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching.